Okay guys, I'm going to start off this haul with a bunch of new drones that just came out. I know that I'm kind of behind on my reviews, so I'll be busy catching up. Just be patient. I will get these all out to you as soon as I can. So there's the first one here is the DYS Elf. And I got the ready to fly version with the FreeSky transmitter here. I'm just going to take a quick look at that. So I know that a lot of you had some interest in this model because of the transmitter that comes with it. It kind of looks a little bit like the Evolution, smaller version. These are not typical gimbals. These are like more like toy transmitter gimbals. But it is running a micro version of OpenTX on here, and obviously running the FreeSky protocol. So I'll be doing more in-depth investigation on this. And here is the ELF itself. 83 millimeters motor to motor, and these are 1735 props, so kind of an unusual size, and uses a proprietary battery. So we'll go over that when I talk about that in the review, but as a quick look at it, it looks pretty cool. Okay, here's one that a lot of you guys requested. It's the Bwhoop 03 from Bold Clash. I think this is a 7mm toy quad, probably similar to the Eachine E011. Seems to be a lot of these 7mm brushed micros coming out now. And here's a quick look at it. It looks really similar. The battery looks a bit bigger. Let's see what we got here. This is that's the same size battery too. It's a 260. So it looks like it's the same as the E011, but we'll do further investigation in the review later. Okay, here's yet another one that you guys requested. It's the Eachine Lizard 95, and yeah, kind of liking this one with the camera up front instead of up top, and it's got the little antenna protectors. It's an interesting design, and now these micro guys are moving everything to 3S now, so this is actually still 2 inches. I'm kind of wondering when they're going to start making more 2.5-inch quads. And these are going to be running 3S batteries and XT60 connectors now, so definitely more power. Let's see, what are these motors? These are 1104 6000 kV motors. So yeah, these are, I think they're lowering the kV on these 1104 motors to run these 2-inch props at on 3S, because they're going to be spinning even faster. And I've heard this model is really fast, so we're going to be taking a look at this a little more in depth later. The frame looks pretty sturdy. I think that's a 3mm base plate, but I'll go over that in the full review later. Okay, here's another one you guys requested. It's the Eachine 250 Pro. It's the updated version of the Eachine 250 that a lot of you guys bought. Probably came out almost 2 years ago, I think. That one was relatively weak in terms of specs. I think they upgraded everything: motors, ESCs, flight controller, the works, even the FPV systems. So let me get out of the box real quick, take a look at it. Okay, looks like they sent me the ready to fly version with the Eachine i6 radio. This is a clone of the FlySky i6 radio that you've seen on my channel plenty of times. Typical FlySky protocol. And they're even including some batteries here for the transmitter. Looks like there's nickel metal hydride, 2400 milliamp hour AA batteries. Very nice. And it looks like they're including a charger. They got an AC adapter with a barrel plug, and that plugs in here. And this is for 4-cell batteries. Let's see if I can get that to focus. 4-cell batteries, and charges off the balance lead. And here's the battery. It's the 1100 milliamp hour 4-cell 30C XT60 connector. Got a cloverleaf antenna with an RPSMA connector. And they're including 2 sets of these props. I'm not sure what these are. They look like they're 50-48 tri-blades. Kind of unique looking. They're also including a lanyard for the transmitter, which is pretty nice. Okay, so quick look at the quad itself. Obviously you got your nylon plastic arms. One of the things that a lot of people didn't like about them, although replacing them are pretty cheap if you break them. They're like less than $1 each. And we got some, not sure what kind of motors these are. They're not labeled. I think they're 2205, 2300 kV motors. They feel pretty smooth. All of them feel pretty smooth. It's a typical thing about these Eachine branded motors is that a lot of the bearings seem to come out of the box kind of rough, but all 4 of these are not bad. You got a little, I think it's a 600 milliwatt power switchable video transmitter here in the back with audio, an XT60 connector, and I think that this, I can see right away, this is going to be, might be an issue. You got this bottom plate here, which is just a PCB. It is just kind of exposed here, so if you hit this part here, it might snap. Got a little flight controller in there. I think it's an F3, and the receiver is in there. And I think that they're still using PWM. I don't know why the hell they're still using that, but I might be switching that to iBus. Got a little CCD camera here. It looks like the angle is adjustable. Got some LED lights. And I think they are now including 20 amp BLHeli-S ESCs now, so you should see an improvement in flight characteristics. You got a little carbon plate on top here. So the design, overall design looks about the same. You got the PCB on the bottom and the carbon plate on top with the little plastic arms in the middle. But well, let's see how it flies. Okay, I got some new frames here from Air Arsenal, and this don't remember exactly what these are called. Let's see here. I think this one here is the Squirt 110. I think this one's the Kenny 110, and they have typical TPU canopies and TPU camera protectors. I think this one is where the camera is on the top and the middle, and this one is where the camera is in the front. And then here, this is the Titan 135. I believe all of these will take 2.5 inch propellers, so I know you guys are looking at more multi-GP builds with the 2.5 inch props. These are going to be all built to those specs, and this is a Stretch X one. The Titan 135 is a Stretch X frame, so that should be kind of interesting. Leave me a comment below as to which one you want to see built first. I don't know which one I'm going to do, but I'll go by the comments as to determine what the interest level is like, and if you have any components you'd like to see, let me know as well. Okay, got a bunch more parts here, and this is the Charsoon Magic Cube. I think this is the one where they was back ordered for a while, and I know that you guys are probably interested in this one because this is going to charge up a lot of the micro batteries that I use, and I know a lot of you guys use as well. You got your tiny wood batteries, your micro LoC connector, and your JST, and I think these will even do up to 2S. And all 6 can be charging at the same time, so it's got an output of 1S, 2S, and a maximum of 400 milliamps. So probably attach this on, do a little quick mini review on this. If you guys want to see that, let me know if you have any questions about this, and I'll try and address those later. I got a replacement X5R frame because I complained that they didn't send me the PDB. I guess they decided to send a whole new frame. And this time they have included the PDB, so thank you very much for taking care of that. Obviously I've already built this and reviewed this, so probably just do something quick and easy, maybe do a rebuild of one of my other frames that are not flying too much, and maybe the Nighthawk HX200 might be a candidate for a parts move over or a parts transplant. Alright, I got some more batteries here. These look like 350 2S ADC GNBs. I think I ordered 2 different connectors here. Yeah. So I got this one with the JST connector. And then I got a couple more of the same ones. It's basically the same battery. This one has an XT30 connector instead. So they look to be the same size. So I'll have to do some experiments. I'll do some more testing, battery testing. I'm going to do actually a battery roundup because I got this and a whole bunch of other batteries coming. And so I'll probably do a video on a battery roundup, but that's going to probably take a while. So I first get all the batteries and do the testing, so that'll be a while before I get that video. But if you need any burning questions answered about any kind of these batteries that you see, let me know in the comments below, and I'll try and address those in the video when I make the reviews. Okay, this is the another iRange RX4 Pro 4-in-1 multi-protocol module, but this is different from the one that was going in the internal module bay of the Tyrannus. This is a standalone module. Yeah, it actually has a battery inside, and you select the protocols through this dial here, and you got a little bind button, a little metallic case, a little connector for your antenna, and this can do serial and PPM, I believe, but it's for the FlySky I6 radio, so you can attach this to the back of your transmitter and use it that way through the trainer port, and it uses PPM. So I'll have a review on this on my channel pretty soon. Okay, more parts. What do we got here? Okay, so these are some Racer Star ESCs, and they come in a 4-pack and some wires, and you get some servo connectors here for your signal and ground. So it's basically all disassembled. Get some instructions, and here's what it looks like. It's all solder pads. So it's kind of nice if you want to do some custom builds. I think this is Bwhoop S, 28 amp I believe for these ESCs. So yeah, they feel pretty light. So, but of course, you know, no wires and stuff. So I'll put this on a build pretty soon and get you some flight footage and a review later. Okay, so here's another 20x20 flight controller, and I think this is an F4. Yeah, so it's an F4 chip there. No OSD. But it has a built-in FlySky receiver that does iBus and obviously has fail-safe working, but we'll test that a little bit later. And you got your antenna here. Yeah, this looks like another interesting product. I like the fact that it's got the built-in receiver, so I think if you get a separate flight controller like this and a receiver, it actually costs more than the cost of this, so something to keep in mind. Okay, so you got another eSheen product here. It says actually a FreeSky receiver. It's called the XSR. And it's a 15x15 size, so it'll fit on those stacks with the 15x15 or 16x16 size. And this is a FreeSky receiver. You can see right there, XSR. And it does full telemetry as S-Bus output over here on this end, and comes with a little cable. And comes with some instructions. So I'll do a review on this a little bit later. Okay, I just picked up some more of these King Kong 1935 props. The red ones have been out of stock forever, so I just picked up some of these green ones. Actually, I like these a lot for the 2-inch builds. It isn't quite 2-inch prop, but for 3 blades and the higher kV motors, they seem to be more efficient, and they seem to they sound better and are more balanced. These props are pretty good, so I definitely recommend these over those 2030 DYS props. Those are terribly unbalanced. These actually are lighter and are more balanced. But if you guys have any questions, let me know about these in the comments. Okay, this is another micro FreeSky receiver, and this is super micro. Wow, I can't even tell you or describe how tiny this thing is. I believe it's an S-Bus FreeSky D8 receiver. It's iRange branded. I think this is a based off a design from Tiny Fish, or it's a U-Sky. And yeah, it looks pretty much like the exact same thing as that. I'll do a full review on this later. I can barely make out any of the details in this thing. This thing's so tiny. It's like, it's basically, this is my forefinger here, and it's smaller than my forefinger. So this will be interesting to review, and hopefully the range will not be too bad for this one. Okay, got another micro frame here. This is for those multi-GP guys that have been asking me for more frames, and I picked this up from BQE Multirotors, and this is going to run your 2.5-inch propellers. Let me get some of the stuff out. So you get some pretty nice packaging here. You get a little, I think this is TPU or maybe nylon printed camera mount with a little buzzer connector here in the back. Some nice aluminum anodized standoffs and screws. He's even including a little 5-volt buzzer, and you get a Velcro battery strap. You get a little roll bar here for your antenna protection. Got a bunch of stickers here, and this is the star of the show. This is the main plate. I like this design with the arm reinforcements here on the ends, so you can have some pretty thin arms. And I think this is only 2 millimeters. Let me measure that. Yeah, just a hair over 2 millimeters. So even though it's not overall that thick and the arms aren't all that thick, the frame is extremely stiff, and so he's probably using some pretty good quality carbon fiber. And yeah, I'll put a little picture up here of what this frame should look like assembled. But I'll do obviously a full review and flight demo and everything on this. Uses this 20 by 20 to 16 by 16 size stacks in the middle here. But if you guys are looking for some multi-GP 2.5 inch frames, this is probably a pretty good one to check out. I'll put a link in the description for that too. Okay, so we got a new RunCam FPV camera here. It's the Owl Plus 2. Looks like an updated version of the Owl Plus. And it's got 5 to 36 volts. I think that's the same. 150 degree field of view. I think that's also the same as the original Owl Plus. I got the black version. You got an extra spare case here with the 3 screw holes on the side. And it looks like the same type of lens on the original Owl Plus, but I think the difference here now is we've got voltage monitoring and OSD, so this is kind of like the Swift 2. So they've added the OSD and voltage monitoring to the Owl Plus. Anyway, I'll have a full review on my channel on this pretty soon, so stay tuned for that.